Welcome back, Scorpio. This will be your February 2020 ASMR tarot forecast. I found this lighter, lucky lighter. As you know, I love to have my very campfire-y woodwick candle burning while I read. And then another thing that I will be doing this month is I have this aromatherapy spray. It has cedarwood and red mandarin essential oils in it, suspended in distilled water, so you have to shake it up because it's not emulsified. And it is called Stream of Success. So it's got a very Jupiterian energy to it. If those are your correspondences. I also have some smoky quartz and some rose quartz. And I'm actually thinking of doing a video about all the different kinds of quartz crystals, because you've got rose quartz, smoky quartz, clear quartz, citrine, amethyst, and a bunch of different variations like that. So I'm thinking about doing a video about that. It would be similar to my obsidian and selenite videos. Now, the deck that I will be using for you, Scorpio, I'm using it for all the signs, but I'm also using it for you. It's the Cosmic Tarot. Scorpio, you had a banner year last year in 2019. I really hope that you can keep that momentum going. Let's find out what's going to happen for you in February of 2020. Ooh. Who's that? Temperance. Got a lot of jumpers right now. Temperance, we've got the King of Cups. Got me banging around back here. It's not very ASMR of me, is it? Oh, I hated that. Let's cut these cards. What are you doing, deck? Maybe the deck is sleepy. I've been doing a lot of readings today. Temperance and the King of Cups, eh? King of Cups could be you. Scorpio's a water sign. There, that was better. That was a lot better. Mix them thoroughly. Get the energy all aligned for you, Scorpio. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Okay. Cut it. I'm going to cut it into 5 decks. And then Now, I'm going to deal the cards out facing you, so the layout will be facing you and the cards will be face up, pointing towards you. We have a lot of inversions, but not quite enough to warrant me reshuffling and redealing. The inversions aren't necessarily bad. It just means that if you have too many inversions, sometimes the reading gets very convoluted to the point that it's pointless. So let's see, what's your current state? 4 of Pentacles. So this guy looks like he might be an insurance salesman. We do have the little Capricorn symbol right here. But it is about holding on to resources. And then we also have, all right, so we've got 3 of Pentacles and we've got 4 of Pentacles coming out together. 3 of Pentacles is a job that you haven't had for very long, but you are well respected in your position and you're good at what you do. So maybe you are trying to hold on to a newish job position. In the past, we have Queen of Cups. Well, this could easily be you, Scorpio. Queen of Cups. Someone who is very emotionally giving, but also doesn't necessarily let their emotional states be known. It's a very maternal kind of energy, very loving kind of energy. In the past, could be you, could be someone you were involved with. Oh, geez. How embarrassing. In your current state, we have the 7 of Pentacles. I'm sorry. This card is messing me up so bad. What's going on? We have the 7 of Cups. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to put this down. And I'm just going to meditate with this smoky quartz for a minute. Now, what has me so messed up about the 7 of Cups right now that I'm throwing it on the floor and calling it a pentacle? Too many decisions. You have too many options. Work-wise. And that's why you're trying to hold on to this particular position. But it's not. Why would that? It's upright, so it shouldn't be a bad thing. But I almost called it the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is about dissatisfaction in a job, so yeah, I think there's definitely something going on in this work situation where there are too many options, and maybe it has to do with your time management. I know that I've had jobs in the past where I was responsible for my own time management, and that can really make or break you in a job, depending on how you treat that situation. So I found that those jobs kind of stressful because the expectations can be very unclear. So maybe that has something to do with it too. Oh, very interesting. So Libra also got the Empress reversed in the future position. Now, I went on a whole rant in the Libra video about how my monthly readings are very time dependent. A lot of readers on YouTube leave their readings very open. And they say things like, well, if you came upon this video, it was the right time for you to watch it. And I just think that that's a bridge too far. You have to ask the tarot what you want to know. As far as the Empress is concerned, this could be somebody that you know. Could be a Taurus. This card is ruled by Venus. But it could also be about divine creative energy, such as the creation of a child in the womb. It doesn't have to be a literal child. It can also be a magical child, or it could be a creative project that is, quote unquote, your baby. Because the Empress, I'll get out my rose quartz here, because the Empress is in the future and she is reversed. This is something that has not come to pass yet and will probably not come to pass in the month of February, but will come to pass, like August, July or August, September, like late summer. Oh gosh, sorry, I have this little hair. It keeps tickling my nose. Okay. Oh, the goal or destiny. All right. So we do have the Hermit here, and he has symbols for Jupiter, Sagittarius, Virgo, and on his third eye, he looks like he's got the Om symbol. So Hermit is a Virgo card, and it's about sabbaticals. It's about going off to a retreat where you undergo a spiritual transformation. It is Zarathustra on the mountaintop. And like the Empress, because he is inverse and he is in the goal or destiny position, I think this is something that is not going to come to pass in February. I think as far as this particular situation is concerned, it's possible that what you really need to do is spend time reflecting, and that you will not have the opportunity to do that. That is the distinct impression that I'm getting from this particular placement of this card. All right, so let's continue. Let's find out what the current situation is for you. We've got the Princess of Swords, and this card is reversed. So swords could be air energy, and the Princess of Swords is like the page. So we've got, this could be about communication and communication being unclear, which in this particular job environment, if I'm reading it correctly, it could be very much about having to be self-governed and the expectations at your job being unclear from your perspective. All right, and how do others perceive you? This is a very telling card. What do we have here? It's the Prince of Cups reversed. So, Page of Cups is about an offering. And so if you are the Page of Cups, in the eyes, or no, this is Prince of Cups. So this would be Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is somebody who lets their emotion govern them. This could also just be you in general. Scorpio is a water sign, which is aligned with the suit of cups. So let me think about this a little bit. It's possible, yeah. See here, Scorpio. Right there on the card, they're telling you that this is representative of Scorpio. So it's possible that at this particular position, Scorpio, of course, governs the 8th house, which is death, sex, taxes, other people's resources, money. Which is interesting because mostly earth signs govern money, except for Scorpio. It could be that what could be perceived as negative traits of Scorpios, your employment situation, it might seem like that's what is happening. But I think really you are playing to your strengths in the situation. It's just that the expectations are very unclear. So of course, your default is going to be to play to your strengths. And if those strengths are perceived to be weaknesses, that's going to count against you. But again, I only say that because this card is showing up reversed. If it were upright, I would be saying, oh yeah, you're doing all those Scorpio things and it's paying off a lot, you know? So it really is about perception, which is what this position of how the outside world is interacting with you, it's all about perceptions that people have. And it's possible that what is going on here is that possibly there's a need for introspection that is not being taken at this time. Your hopes and fears is 7 of Pentacles, of course. Job dissatisfaction. And who can blame you? And that fits absolutely with the reading that has come up so far. And finally, this will be the last card of the reading. There haven't been really any cards that I need to clarify, and I don't think I'm going to end up doing clarifications in this round of readings for February. No clarifications have come up for any other signs. That all seems pretty straightforward. So, here we have Ace of Pentacles. Now, This could be read in a couple of ways. And it's funny that I just said that I wouldn't be doing clarifications. And here I am about to give you a dualistic approach to the final card, which is absolutely justified. This is a general reading. For some of you, it's going to go one way, and for some of you, it's going to go a completely different direction. So it's not like at this point I'm going to pull out my pendulum and ask which of these two paths is right, because that's really for a personal reading to decide. The Ace of Pentacles reversed could mean that in a few months' time, sometime after February, you will be coming into a new job situation or a new income stream. It could also be read that in the month of February, all of these issues that you are up against of people seeing your Scorpio traits as less than desirable, the unclear communications, possibly immature in nature per my last email, the Seven of Cups, too many options out there, Four of Pentacles, trying to hold on to this job, and Three of Pentacles, not having been there for very long. And of course the Hermit, you can say what you want at that point about the need for introspection. It could be that in February, all of these things come to a head and it comes to some kind of halt in that particular path as well. So that's a couple of different ways to read that Ace of Pentacles. One of them is more limited than the other, but considering the past year that you've had, I think that you'll be more than equipped to take on these new challenges. You should have plenty of money put away, although who's to say that? But during this time, maybe if you could take part in a little introspection, it would benefit you. So maybe that's a way that you could have both of these things turn out in your favor. So that is the overall tarot forecast for this month. Love all the little rainbow lights that you get off of quartz crystals. One thing my husband suggested is that I bring this deck back. So as kind of like a little fun epilogue to each reading, I'm bringing out Edward Gorey's Fan Toad Pack to tell you a bit of a horror story. I don't take these meanings to heart. They're rather grim. They're rather macabre. But it's a lot of fun to think about, and maybe something will come out that bears food for thought. I'm going to draw 3 of these cards. They recommend dropping the box on the floor and pulling 3 out as you're cleaning them up. But I choose not to do that for every reading. Wonder what ill may come of viewing these cards. this deck definitely plays into the idea that cartomancy is both the ultimate game and not a game at all. There's something very wicked, bearing ill fruit of ill repute. Anyhow, it's a little bit of fun. And I think you'll have a great February. It might be a little stressful, but nothing you can't handle. Scorpios are built for it. Alright, so what do we have here? The Burning Head. Burning Head's been very popular in February readings. Sunday. Bafflement. Loss of saliva. A forged deed. An impasse. Extradition. A boating accident. Chilblains. Delayed desires. Wandering sickness. Evil companions. An impediment, and despondency. Let's see what's next. I don't read reversals with these cards. It would be too foul. We have the insects. This one's innocuous enough. Can't have them all be nightmare-inducing. Thursday. Folie à deux. Green sickness. Senseless talk. Loss of vitality. An accident in a field. False hopes. Spasms. A refusal. Insincere love. Blisters. Interesting how those two pair. Disagreeable news and threats. All right. And then the final card, the bottle. We have a tiny friend in the bottom of the bottle. Perhaps he could save you from yourself. December. Melancholia. Itching. Unfortunate publicity. A disregarded warning. Irregularity. An accident on a bicycle. Loss of feeling. Flukes. Vexation. Intrigue. Abandonment. And frustrated hopes. Now look, I know a lot has come up in this particular deck about being hopeless. And I think sometimes Scorpios see the world as an all or nothing proposition, which is a very fixed sign thing to do, so I don't fault you. But it's not always so glum as that. No, I mean, whatever this is coming in the future, that's going to be really cool. And I choose to think that if this does herald the end of one thing, it's also a harbinger of something else to come. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. If they don't want you as this, you deserve better. honestly. So, thank you for joining me for the February readings. I hope they were not too much of a scare. And Scorpio, I will see you again for the March 2020 forecasts, maybe? Until then, have a really good month.